up guys, welcome to another video. So as you can tell, I'm in my work clothes because it's my second week of placement. So I've just finished, it is now 6:30, I've had a long day, but it is the start of my new training block. So I need to get myself to the gym. I am excited, but at the same time a little bit apprehensive because I'm a little bit tired, so I'm not expecting the best session, and we've actually got quite a lot of volume to do. So I've had a look through the session and it's a lot of deadlifts, a lot of bench, but like I said, I am excited. It's going to be interesting to see how the strength is because obviously I've had sort of 2 weeks off, so I'm expecting to be maybe a little bit deconditioned, and I've definitely put on a bit of weight since I've had those weeks off. I have slightly overindulged, so yeah, let's go in, get into the gym and start this new training block. So much for gently breaking back into my training. That was pretty brutal. Quite a lot of volume to reintroduce me to the new block. And after 2 weeks off, that was pretty horrible. I'm clearly quite deconditioned at the moment. Those 2 weeks I've pretty much been overindulging and not thinking about training, and my body definitely realised that because yeah, it was not ready to be lifting heavy weights at all. Just worked up to 2, 3, 5 for 3 on the deadlift. The rep ranges were 3 to 5 reps, but I stuck with 3 because, yeah, like I say, my body was just not feeling very strong. But that's fine because obviously it's the first week and I kind of expected that. It's a bit of an adaptation phase at the moment. Just even having 2 weeks off sometimes is enough to sort of really decondition you. So I'm expecting, as I get back into the swing of things, that sort of muscle memory and neural response will come back and I'll start feeling quite strong again. But overall, I'm just really happy to be back in the gym, to be honest. It's nice to have a nice routine again. These sessions are pretty brutal at the moment, just a lot of volume, like I say, and doing a few different movements to address a few weaknesses. So belt squats, reintroducing those again, they're absolutely killer. My lungs were on fire doing those. And just really focusing on, like I say, some of my weaknesses. So doing some halo movements, I don't even know what they're called. Why can't I say that? Kettlebell halos, which is just going to help with that sort of extension and a bit of shoulder mobility, because obviously that's been a little bit of an issue with my pec and everything. Yeah, very good session overall, and it's nice to get back into a routine, and it's nice to sort of test how today went, seeing as I've had a full day of work on my placement obviously. So I've had a long day, 8 till 6, obviously I'm not really used to that working hour, so it was interesting to see how tired I felt, and actually felt pretty good, although it does mean that I don't really have much of an evening on the days that I train now, because literally it's 9:30 now and I haven't really been home. So I'm going to have a late dinner now, get that recovery in, and yeah, I'm going to be feeling pretty sore tomorrow, I reckon, because like I say, did plenty of volume and my legs are killing me. So yeah, eat food, recover, rest day tomorrow, then we go again on Wednesday. So surprisingly, I'm feeling pretty good after Monday's session with all the volume that I did. Not really feeling as achy as I expected. Feel pretty well recovered for today's session, which is squats. I've got front squats to contend with, but because it is my day off from work, I'm going to make the most of my morning and go and find a nice little cafe and explore parts of Bristol that I haven't really explored before. So I'm in Bedminster, going to find some brunch and then head off to the gym. Alright then, time to get to the gym. First I need to navigate a 17-point turn to get out of this spot. Oh fuck. Oh, actually that's a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Right, off we go. Fueled up on a couple of coffees. Normally I have my Alien Juice, which is a code name for the Ninja Warrior Ghost pre-workout, but I'm trying to limit the amount of pre-workout I have at the moment, especially at the early stages of my block of training, because I don't really want to rely on that. So just had a couple of coffees, feel fairly caffeinated, ready to train. I'm also not having creatine at the moment. Don't really know why, but again, I think it's one of those things. Ooh. Maybe I should concentrate. I think it's just one of those things where I don't really want to introduce it so early into my training. I kind of want to just bring it in when I feel like I need it, and then I can probably feel a bit more of the benefit. But yeah, God, this is bouncy. Right then, SSB today, working up to a top set of 190 kilos paused. Let's go and get it done. So yeah, about what I was saying earlier. So surprisingly, I'm feeling pretty good after Monday's session. Scrap that. My legs are feeling absolutely destroyed. Worked up to the 190 for one, managed to get that, but it was a bit of a struggle, so much so that I started doing good mornings and I almost collapsed in on myself just because my legs were cramping and just feeling really, really tight in my glutes, my hamstrings and my adductors. So I think I probably slightly overdid it on Monday. My first session back obviously was a keen bean, trying to get all of my accessories done and everything, and just the DOMs clearly were there. This morning it felt pretty good, but when I actually started training, those DOMs started coming back with a vengeance. So I had to skip my accessories today, which I think is sensible because it means I have a couple of days rest now because I'm actually training on Saturday, not Friday like I normally do, and that gives me a little bit more recovery time. I just need to be a little bit smart with my training, I think, and not be overly keen to get back into it and just do myself a mischief. Right, recovery time. Back again, back on SSB. Still feeling extremely sore from Wednesday, but giving it another go. I had an extra day's rest as well, so didn't train yesterday when I was meant to because I wanted to give my legs a little bit more of that recovery time. But same rep range today, working up to a single at 195, so go 5 kilos heavier than Wednesday. Yeah, legs are still feeling a bit sore, but try and get it done. so legs are definitely feeling similar to what they were like on Wednesday, just feeling very stiff and tight, but it's nowhere near as bad as it was on Wednesday, which is maybe a little bit of a sign that they are adapting a little bit to the extra stimulus, or the stimulus of squatting again after 3.5 weeks. So hopefully by this time next week it's not going to be an issue with the sort of quick fatigue of the muscles, because I think my muscles will start to adapt a lot quicker as I obviously progress with the programme. So happy that it's not as bad as it was on Wednesday. Obviously not ideal that it is still feeling very tight and almost cramping a little bit when I'm walking, but I've only got 2 more sets to do now. 190 for a double and 195 for a single, and then I haven't really got any lower body accessories to do today, so I can pretty much forget about legs for the rest of the week and just get ready mentally for next week, I suppose. But yeah, going to do this. Then bench, got 122.5 kilos for 5, so that's the next hurdle to overcome today. Right then, squats finished and I can actually walk today, so that's progress.
So I hope this isn't too awkward. So I thought while I have a nice hot recovery bath that I would go over this week's training, seeing as it's the first week back. Overall, it has been extremely hard for the variables which I've mentioned, but today's session was definitely encouraging because I managed to get through squats unscathed. I was able to walk out of the gym fine, and I managed to get the 122.5 kilos on the bench for a set of 5, which probably puts me around about where I was when I was getting ready to compete. So the strength is kind of maintaining there, and the pec is definitely holding up. So that's a big positive with bench. But yeah, something I'm definitely going to have to get used to is just the amount of volume that is coming my way over the next few weeks. But I definitely feel that my body is starting to acclimatise a little bit to it as the week has gone on. And overall, although it's been a brutal start to this training block, I've really enjoyed it. So I have to remind myself that training really is the easy part in all of this. Just turning up to the gym, getting the reps and sets done is the fun part, but the discipline outside of the gym is where it can be difficult. So maintaining my recovery, my nutrition, my sleep, and managing my stress levels, especially around the time when I'm going to be on placement and I have to manage my timing quite well, that's obviously going to be stressful, so I need to manage that. And ultimately all of those things together is what's going to allow me to see progression in the gym. So this is becoming increasingly more awkward, so I feel like I'm going to wrap up the video here, guys. I'm looking forward to next week's training, and I'm glad that I did finish the week on a positive, getting into the gym and getting it done and actually coming away from it feeling really good. So yeah, looking forward to next week's training. I hope you have enjoyed this video. As always, please leave it a like if you have, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Peace. Oh. Hello?
Oh, bloody hell.
Talk about relaxing. Oh, sorry, didn't see you there.